bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of adjustment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you.
Try to get me thrown out.
This is The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. I was on a Zoom meeting today, and there was a person who eventually I'm going to have on my show. They are phenomenal, dynamic, wrote a book, has a plan for money in the Black community, and I think it's worth hearing. They've done work all over the country, all over, well-educated, well-read, but, grew up like everybody else grew up because she's Black. You know what I'm saying? And there were some realizations in their conversation that I'm not going to share what the name is, but I'm going to share what was said, some of what was said. But it made me think about some things we need to do in our community. And so this is my suggestion to you. Point number one. I only got 2 points, so it's not like it's going to take a long time. It's not like it's going to be a long time. But African Americans before the Civil War, now think about this, before the Civil War were the only Black people in America. They were the only people in America who were, you ready? Now, I'm attributing this to the other person whose name I'm not going to tell you, and she wrote a book, and she will be on my show in the coming weeks. African Americans before the Civil War were the only people in America who were capital before we made capital. Like you were bought and sold and traded, given in lieu of the same way you do a dollar. Think about that. Before America created capital, it was us. Essentially, we were on the balance sheet before we even were able to read and understand what a balance sheet was. And so when people talk about, well, Black people didn't have it that bad. Well, I don't know. How would you feel if you traded your kid like they were $1? If we traded your kid for, I don't know, a car, if we put writing on your kid, like a tattoo, in God we trust. Like you literally made Black people legal tender, both public and private. I mean, think about that. So Black people have been a part of money since before America was America. While America was America, we were traded and sent families and generations to school, built businesses, and built wealth for people that didn't look like us. But what it did for us is my number two. It gave us things, it gave us attributes, it gave us experiences that made us who we are today. It's unfortunate, but it made us who we are today. So one thing I had to come to grips with is greatness, the strength, the power that's in your life didn't just jump up and shout, hey, here I am, I'm yours. Hey, come get this greatness, come get this power, come get this strength, come get this education, come get this wealth, come get this money, come get this house. Other people had that. But then later I'll talk about other people. Greatness and strength and power didn't jump up and be available for us because we decided to reach out and take it. You know, the same way other families were. You have to fight for it. So everybody you see around today that you deem to be great, you deem to possess strength, and you believe they have power, well, guess what? If it does show up, whether you knew this or not, it shows up as a challenge that will rock your soul. And that's where greatness comes from. A lot of people who don't look like they're doing anything and haven't done anything, lazy, don't want to work, don't want to go to school, haven't been through that soul-rocking event that makes them become who they are. I've told the story, and I don't know if I've told it here, of when I went to college, and the only reason I was able to make it to college. You ready? Because my father died. And because he was a veteran and Social Security benefits, and I was under the age of 24, I was able to get Social Security and VA benefits after he died. That was able to pay my room and board so I could go to college. And I think many days, what would I have done had my father not died? Would I have even gone to college? Would it even have been in my mind to go to college? But then again, greatness and strength and power doesn't jump up and shout, I'm here for you. It comes as a challenge that rocks your soul. But one thing it does, it helps you build faith. Our issue today is we put our faith in people and things, and it doesn't pan out and it doesn't work. And so I wonder, how do I get to greatness? How do you get to greatness? How do you recognize the power that's in you? How do you gain the strength that you need, that you already know that the only way you get there is that it's a challenge that rocks your soul? Well, there's really only one thing you need to do. It's a simple thing, but it's one of the hardest things you'll have to do in your life. No matter what you do, you have to unblind your faith.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
Truth Nation, it is Denise Thomas, the effective communication coach. And ladies, it is time to put